I love learning new things. One of the things I love about learning new things is trying to connect the thing that you have just learned to some of the other things that you might know. Meg and I have been leading West Wilts Vineyard now for all of a month, and it's been really great to be able to get around and meet lots of you on Sundays during the week, and also to start to spend some time with life groups. But one of the other things that I do with my time is I'm studying for a master's, and this is a bit of a stretch for me being a non-academic. And I've got an essay that's got to be in for the end of this term. And it is all about providing well-being packages to businesses or charities. And so we've been doing a lot of thinking about what helps with well-being. What are the kind of things that people can do in organisations to help them to thrive? And there's been a particular focus on resilience training. So I'm going to have to write this essay all about how we might provide resilience training within organisations. And so there are a number of things that the researchers say are really good for helping people to be resilient, helping people to continue to thrive and keep going and be productive in organisations. And the first one that's usually on the list is this thing called social capital. The idea is that if people have a network of relationships, then when things get tough, they will have people to share that journey with. They will have people to talk to bounce ideas from, to encourage them. And that if they don't have that network of relationships, then they're much more likely to get burnt out, to get discouraged, to become unproductive within the organisation. So the idea is, in order to build resilience, you need to encourage people to have social relationships, have social capital, both within the workplace, but also across their life. Who knew? Who knew that having social relationships, social capital, would actually be good for us? Well, you know what? The amazing thing is that this idea is all the way through Scripture. Whether we look at Genesis and the creation story, and God saying that it was not good for man to be alone, that he needed a helper, a companion. Or if we look at Ecclesiastes and we read that it's much better to be together with other people. Or if we look at Moses' leadership when he's trying to do it alone, but when he shares the work, actually things work much better. Or especially if we look at the model of Jesus, where he invites a few people, just a couple of handfuls, a dozen people to walk with him, to travel with him, and that he's close to a particular few of them. That would set the foundation for a resilient group of people who would have clear purpose and vision and meaning about what they were going to do next, and that they would go on in the power of the Spirit to change the world. Who knew that the best of contemporary research about positive psychology and well-being in the workplace would agree with a book, with a story that was lived and breathed 2,000 years ago? The story of Jesus, the story of God and people, where he said it's not good for us to be alone, and that he set apart a model for us to be in groups together. So my encouragement for you is, if you're not in some kind of small group, a life group, a community group, or something like that within the life of West Wilts Vineyard, my encouragement is for you to get involved in something, to join something smaller, so that you have got people to travel with. The science says that it's a really good idea, that you'll be more resilient because you'll have places to go when life is hard. But also, and perhaps more importantly, the book says that it works. God bless. Have a great week.